Hello everyone and welcome back to Chrono Clock. I got a few comments saying that the text is a little bit hard to read at times, so I changed the font and hopefully it's a little bit easier to read now. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? The next day, when things really turned around for me, I woke up to a pleasant fragrance yet again. Thinking about it, it had been about a week since the last time this happened. Good morning. I gave my morning greetings without opening my eyes. A gentle, contented voice responded back.
おはようございます、兄様。
I opened one of my eyes, taking in the sight of the ceiling. Yep, it's morning. Didn't you go to bed with DD last night? I turned my head sideways, and sure enough, Michiru was lying there on her side.
彼女、早起きすぎますね。
Children are always early risers, especially on their days off and whatnot.
今日は平日で学校がありますが。
Aw, I don't want to go.
いっそ、今日は私とずっとお布団でイチャイチャして過ごしますか？
I'll pass. It was such an enticing offer that, for a second there, I had seriously considered taking her up on it. Glancing at the time on my phone lying beside my pillow, I found it was just past 6 o'clock, much earlier than my usual wake-up time. Well, I'm just gonna keep lying here for a bit longer.
兄様、触ってもよろしいですか？
Do whatever you want.
よろしいのですか？
I don't mean like that.
はい。
After teasing me, Michiru began caressing my face. She did so more delicately than usual, perhaps because we had more time to kill. It felt ticklish. Michiru's slender, smooth fingers ran down my neck, brushed over my Adam's apple, and then stopped at my chest as if she were about to check my pulse.
兄様。
I could feel the warmth of Michiru's breath on my skin. She seemed to be more seductive with her fingers than usual. Wait, why am I getting a bad feeling about this?
みちるはなんだかムラムラしてしまいました。
Wait!
私のこの思いはいつまで散らされれば成就するのですか？
That's not what I meant. This really was getting out of hand, so I tried to get up, but Michiru grabbed my wrist and began to straddle me.
おはよう、グッモーニングです。朝飯前のお時間です。おバカ！ What?
DD's eyes went wide as saucers as Michiru yelled at her.
なんですか？なんでお嬢様がここにいますか？ DD さんのバカ。せっかく良い雰囲気でしたのに。
Perfect timing, DD!
怒られることも褒められることも何が何やら。いいから行きますよ。
Michiru pouted like a child as she dragged DD out of the room by the collar. Now that I think about it, those two really do have good chemistry. I stifled a yawn and got out of bed. Another day, another dollar, as they say. I was waiting outside the front gate as usual when Michiru and DD came out in their uniforms. I held out my hand for Michiru, but she didn't take it. Huh?
ご主人様、ちょっと
Who
よろ
are
しい
they?
ですか？
Sure.
今日は私がお嬢様をスクールまで連れて行こうと思うのです。
Huh? Are you fine with that, Michiru?
不満はありますが、兄様が登校できない時や DD さんと兄様を引き離す手段の一環として仕方がありません。
Man, your real intent is way too obvious. Still, I couldn't really argue with her first point, even if it would leave me feeling a bit lonely. Alright, can I trust you with this, DD?
はい、お任せください。不手際があったら解雇して差し上げます。大丈夫ですよ。
Michiru and DD didn't seem to pay mind to this, but it would actually be advantageous for DD if she were fired. She'd level up from a maid to a house guest that way. That makes 2 airhead girls living under the same roof. Hey, I'm still worried about you. Would you mind if I followed behind a bit?
さすがの私でもそこまでされると恥ずかしいです。子供の初めてのお使いではないのですからおやめください。
Alright. All my anxieties and worries were waltzing about in my head, but I didn't have much of a choice. Well, see you guys later.
兄様もお気をつけて。またクラスルームで会いましょう。
Michiru's "do take care" seemed weirdly ominous, but it's not like anything really serious could happen while riding the monorail. Strong winds or mechanical failures can occasionally cause delays, but the monorail has never had an accident which caused serious injury. I pondered over these things as I went on to school alone, and then... Oh, something wicked this way comes.
レイ君おはようって何が危ないの？
The wicked something strode up to me with a carefree greeting. It's nothing. Good morning.
今日も晴れてて暑いね。
I will never understand why the first topic of conversation people always come up with is the weather. I expected her to grab me by the necktie again for my little jape, but...
そりゃまあ天気は大事だし。
Important.
ほら日曜日晴れだって。
Makoto laughed bashfully. Oh, the date.
まさか忘れてたの？
No, I just wasn't thinking about what the weather would be like then.
もういくらお気楽なデートって言っても私の初めてなんだからもうちょっとしっかりリードしてよね。
Makoto poked me in the chest with her finger as if to hide her embarrassment, but I could tell she was trying to make the mood more playful. Of course, I was just as embarrassed about it as she was. There's an arcade over in the shopping district, so I'm not worried about the weather. I was thinking we could maybe go see a movie too.
映画基本だね。いいね。
After that, we could spend the rest of the time chatting in a coffee shop somewhere, or we could just do some window shopping. The instant those words left my mouth, a bad flashback hit me. But for the love of God, don't make me shop for clothes with you.
はっはー女の子の服選びに付き合ってひどい目に遭ったことがあるんだ。
How much time do you take with that stuff? You seem like the type to just buy something without worrying too much.
あ、私も長いよ。
Then looking at clothes is right out. You're gonna make me cry here.
レイ君は一度泣かしてみたいけど男子のゲーム好きと同じようなものだと思うけどな。
It depends. Makoto teased me, carefree as ever, like she didn't care about my complaints at all. Well, anyway, if that's too ordinary for you, we could always try karaoke.
いや、カラオケは私が恥ずかしいからやめておいて。
Embarrassing? You're not tone deaf, are you? There's a music class at our school, but I don't remember anyone in my class being particularly tone deaf. Makoto frowned and hesitated before mumbling a response.
友達と一緒の時はそれっぽい流行り歌でごまかしてるけど本当は演歌とか誰も知らない昭和初期の人形系の歌とかが好きでね。熱唱しちゃうの。
I really wanted to hear her sing something like that. And so, I arrived at school without incident, sat through classes and waited for lunchtime. Just the same old routine. Day after day came the hope that something interesting would happen for a change, but unfortunately today was just another normal day. Hell, I suppose having DD in my class counts as interesting. The English lessons were a snap for her, but the classical lit lessons just had her hanging her head in frustration. Even just watching her was fun.
相変わらず大人気だな、あの子。
Shuji walked over to my desk. By that girl, he naturally meant DD, who would be surrounded by a gaggle of curious classmates during every break period.
山水の家でホームステイしてるんだろ？ どうなんだ？
What do you mean? How is what?
いや、あんなこと一つ屋根の下での生活なんて、お前の家でもなきゃ現実にはありえない話だろう。実際どんなもんかと。
I guess it's only natural Shuji would be curious, given how much he loves his light novels. But still, we don't live under the same roof. I'm in the annex and there's a separate bathroom in the main house, so the odds of me walking in on DD are pretty much nil.
それもそうか。
I didn't mention that I'd seen her panties, like I could ever say that. In all honesty, Shuji was probably more worried about Miu, Michiru and all the others than he was about DD. He'd probably say something like, Sanzui, which one of them are you gonna pick? You better not make anyone cry, so watch your ass. Well, I appreciate the advice. Shuji didn't know what I was talking about. Just then I realized that other people could have overheard, since we were talking about DD. Even if they weren't meaning to eavesdrop on us, they'd definitely be perking up their ears when I mentioned her name. I had only myself to blame for that. I ought to just keep my mouth shut for a few days. I grabbed my lunch and stood up.
ご苦労さん。
This time, Shuji picked up on the situation immediately and returned to his seat. Guess I'll go up to the roof again today then. Huh? I figured those two would be on the roof again, but somehow only Misaki was there. Misaki, why are you here without Miu?
私がいたら悪いっていうの？
That's not what I was getting at, so don't go all data on me here.
ツンツンでしょ？
You're on the verge of ODing on Tsun as it is, Misaki. I grabbed my pocket watch and peered over the unfenced edge of the rooftop as I spoke to Misaki. I just hoped she didn't fall.
何してるの？
Nothing, I was just checking if Miu fell off the roof.
あのね、いくらみーちゃんがうかつだからって屋上から落ちたら死ぬわよ。
I'm sure she would. Hence why I was making sure she didn't. So Miu really isn't here today. Oh, did she go to the bathroom? Or is she buying drinks?
ちょっと、なんで目の前にいる私よりみーちゃんの話ばっかりなのよ。もっと私に優しくしなさい。
Misaki wants me to treat her with courtesy, eh? I could pet your head if you wanted.
違うわよ。
Then I could flip your skirt, maybe?
そういうことじゃない。
Misaki stamped her foot and yelled at me. Yep, I love how energetic these first years are. Teasing them certainly gets good results. Enough jokes then. What happened to her?
いいこと？私が説明してあげるんだからよく聞きなさい。今日は4時間目が家庭科で調理実習だったのよ。
Oh, so you've had lunch already then? Well, you'll have to excuse my manners, but I'm going to dig in while we talk.
品がないわね。金持ちとしてのプライドはないの？
Pride is overrated. Let's just say I'm a wild and crazy guy. Anyway, you were saying?
みんな同じものを食べたはずなのに、みーちゃんだけ食当たりかなんかで病院に運ばれたのよ。
What can I say? That's some bad luck.
先輩と同じ意見なのは微妙だけど、不幸よね。
If this happened in 4th period, then I couldn't fix it by going back 5 minutes either.
そういうわけだから、先輩が気にするかもと思って、私がそのことを伝えに来てたの。私が、この私が、わざわざ。
Thanks! Just for me? Thanks! Now that all the commotion over Miu's confession had blown over, I wouldn't have been surprised if the rooftop had been totally devoid of other people today. I was about to say, you could have just texted me though, but... That reminds me, I still haven't exchanged cell numbers with you yet.
なんで先輩と携帯の番号とメルアドを交換しなきゃいけないのよ。
You said you wanted to do that before, didn't you?
そうだけど、でも。
For something like today, it'd be more convenient. If you'd have been able to text me, you wouldn't have had to come all the way up here to the roof to tell me. I took out my smartphone as I talked.
でも。
I thought she was getting angry, but instead she was fidgeting bashfully.
そうじゃなくて、私、男の人とそういうことしたことないし。
She obviously didn't mean to word that in a sexual way, but it was still a little bit of a turn on. Well, it's not like I'm forcing you.
ちょっと待ちなさいよ。嫌だなんて言ってないでしょ。
For some reason, Misaki grabbed hold of my arm as she shouted at me. She snatched my phone out of my hand before I could put it away and held it next to her own so she could exchange her info with mine.
これでよし。
Right. Taking my phone back and looking at my contacts, sure enough, the name Misaki Ando had appeared at the very top of the list. Misaki grinned from ear to ear as she looked at her own phone. What are you giggling for, eh?
うるさいわね。何も用がないときは連絡しちゃダメよ。
I won't. Man, don't waste time with stuff like that.
そうなの？
I mean, you wouldn't like it if I texted you every morning and night either, would you?
いや、それは大事な用事じゃない？
Misaki, your idea of what counts as important completely escapes me. Misaki waved her arms menacingly at me.
とにかく基準がわからないなら私が送ったメールにちゃんと返事をしてくれればいいの。あとあんまり返事が遅いと気になるし、そっけない文章だと嫌われたんじゃないかって不安になるし気をつけるのよ。それに私が返事どうしようって遅くなっても気にしちゃダメだからね。
Huh? Am I her boyfriend now or something? I froze up as I thought about that weird question, and Misaki backed off now that we were done exchanging numbers.
じゃあ私は教室に戻るけど、私がいなくなったら試しにメールをいつ送りなさい。
Huh? I should?
当然でしょ。
Misaki gingerly walked off, leaving me behind on the rooftop. Crow? I kind of wished she would appear at that moment, but as usual, she was off somewhere else. Left with no other options, I clicked on Misaki's name in my contacts. Maybe hope to get along with you more will do. I know she said not to send her really short messages, but having nothing else to say, I just decided to send it off. I was thinking of going back to my own class to finish my lunch, but at that moment, my phone received a response.
ありがとうって一応で感謝してあげてるだけだから。でもよろしくね。
What's with those random letters there at the end? A lot of I's, K's, and J's. Misaki's behavior was still as mysterious as ever, but I was still pretty happy to get a text from a girl. I then archived her message in a new folder. Now I can finally relax and finish eating. Bang! The door to the roof threw open.
メールの話をしてて忘れてた。
You just can't take it easy for a second, can you? As Misaki came running back, I figured I should just give up on finishing my lunch until she left. So, what's wrong, puppy?
誰がワンコよ。
Well, you certainly don't act like a kitten.
そんなことより責任取りなさいよ。
For what? Your false pregnancy symptoms? Misaki stomped to the ground again. Looks like I teased her a bit too much. Alright already, I'll drop the jokes now, so tell me what I'm supposed to take responsibility for. Misaki took a deep breath to calm herself down, and then stared me down a little nervously.
兄ちゃんが運ばれていったから、今日の放課後、私は暇になったのよ。
Oh, you want to spend some time with me?
だから、先輩が責任を取って代わりに私と遊びなさい。ビシッ。
Sorry, you're confusing me here. Considering what normally went on when she ran into me, I thought she was saying I had to take responsibility for all that. Looks like I was exonerated. I need a minute here. You're telling me you wanted to hang out with me, but were too embarrassed to ask me up front, so now you're finally coming out and saying it's my responsibility now?
別に用事があるならいいけど。
Nah, I'm free. Guess I'll see you after school then.
やけに素直ね。
Misaki still had her guard up for some reason. I just sighed back at her. Now then, would you kindly let me eat my lunch in peace?